As promised, here is another update here at Edenville Dam. This used to be Wixom Lake over on the right-hand side of the screen. The video that I released a couple weeks ago, you can see the massive progress in just a little time period. Just a lot happening here at Edenville Dam to try to move this project ahead forward. And even if you're going ahead and watching the live cameras, you'll see even from the time that I was out here filming this video, there has been a lot of progress. You can see this truck here. This is a concrete, looks like a conveyor. Usually we see the concrete pumper truck out here, but this one looks like they dump the concrete onto this conveyor portion and then it brings it over to where it is needed. We'll check that out a little bit closer, as well as we'll check out the front side of the Edenville emergency spillway. Again, that will be a little bit later on in this video. We'll come over here to the dam portion though. This is where the spillways used to be, the hydroelectric portion, where you can see the front of the spillway is located and the water flowing through the open part of the dam here. I was actually curious why they left the front part of where this powerhouse was, these curved portions, standing. But you can definitely see it is beneficial to them at this point to keep that area dewatered. They did not have to go ahead and put a cofferdam here before they went ahead and put this wall in. You can see they're forming rebar and putting the concrete forms on each side of that rebar, getting ready to pour this. And yeah, if you go ahead and check out the live camera now, this wall has been poured. We can see the front curved structure. This gets covered in stainless steel to absorb any impacts from ice that's coming down the river in the wintertime. Again, the right hand side, you can see the old portion where the old spillways used to be. Water used to flow through this area into the turbine and produce hydroelectric power. Not anymore though, and I noticed a lot of people commenting on the last Sanford dam video of why no hydroelectric power on these dams. These were low head dams, didn't produce much power at all. And to go ahead and bring these up to the standards and have FERC involved to be able to produce hydroelectric power from these dams would have taken a lot longer to restore these lakes, would have extended that timeline a lot longer. It would have increased the cost. And even down there at Sanford Dam that had the most turbines out of all the dams, they equated that to being only about 2 windmills. So, you know, we have power that we get from the wind with windmills. It's actually better to go ahead and install those. That is a little bit controversial, but you can kind of compare that this would have been a little bit maybe cleaner power, but still not a whole lot of power coming from them. In the downriver portion there, you can see that riprap placed. That is to direct the water flow back towards the center of the river so that there is not erosion happening over there on that left-hand side. See a lot of work happening here with this concrete structure where they can go down a lot of dewatering areas. We'll pivot around here. You can see the old wall of the spillway still in place. Not sure if this will remain. I'm guessing they'll pour another sister wall against this. Seems like at all of the dams, more rebar was put in place and anchored to the existing walls, and sister walls repoured here. You can see that column structure. That's where the access used to be for going down inside of the dams. They used to be hollow inside those spillways and they could inspect them. Again, forms over here getting ready to be poured full of concrete. And the crane up above, I got some really cool shots a little bit later on in this video, way up at the top of the crane looking down with that bird's eye view. A lot of concrete work already completed here. You can see that in this view. As we pan over to the emergency spillway, we can see all that progress happening. When I'm flying out here, I definitely have to watch these power lines near the top of the screen. They are fairly low, and I'm sure the construction crews also have to look out for them when they're out there working, moving heavy equipment on them, around them areas. So definitely avoid that area with my drone or make sure that I'm plenty below them or above them. Again, we'll come over here, check out this concrete truck. Again, just bringing over the concrete from the Fisher concrete truck on this conveyor and pouring it where it needs to be placed. You can see in the background a little bit more of that concrete that has already been placed. Guy on the right hand side looks like he's doing nothing there, but he actually is going ahead. And later on you'll see him with the concrete vibrator near his feet going ahead and trying to remove all of those air pockets from the concrete so it sets up nicely. It looks like all of the progress on all the dams is progressing nicely and on schedule. So a couple of those upcoming milestones that we'll see, one of course happening right here, is pouring the auxiliary spillway concrete on the base slab and the slopes at Edenville. So they're working on the slopes here. You can already see some of those base slabs over here on the right hand side. They need to install a cofferdam on the Tobacco River side. And they were actually going ahead and doing some dredging. So if you've been watching the live camera, you would see that crane going ahead and dropping the dredging bucket, getting that down to removing all that sediment in front of the dam so that they can get that cofferdam down installed on a nice solid surface. In this view though, I always find this interesting. Look at where they have those baffle blocks marked out, the anchors down into the existing concrete. And then over here, you can see that rebar already installed, kind of forming those baffle blocks. And you still need a couple more forms put in place to be able to pour the concrete over them. But it looks like every other one actually has a concrete anchor down into the base slab. And then they go ahead and rebar in all of those baffle blocks into the existing pour. So the slope is coming along nicely. Again, can't wait to get out there again and see how much progress has happened since I was just out there filming recently, but you can see a lot that's happening on the live cameras, and make sure you're watching all of those live cameras. Here at Edenville, Sanford, Secord, Smallwood, and the Tobacco River one. There's going to be a lot of progress here, and there always is in a very short period of time. Some more upcoming milestones that we may or may not be seeing is pouring the primary spillway concrete at Secord and Smallwood Dam. I actually did change some of the live camera settings on Secord to be able to focus on that work a little bit more. Hopefully we'll be able to see some more of those pourings happening. And then installing the crest gate at Smallwood Dam. So if you're watching the live camera at Smallwood, make sure you're looking for that crest gate to be flown in and installed there. And again, that's going to happen here very shortly. All of that stuff on all of the dams is progressing on schedule and on budget. We'll go over here. We'll take a look at the lakebed side of things. You can see a lot of that dirt has been removed. A lot of that has been used here on this emergency spillway. See some of that sand being put in place and some more rebar for some walls that can be poured. The seawall back here, looks like they're using that one to its full height and didn't need to cut that one down. And how they go ahead and anchor that seawall into the concrete. Kind of an interesting transition there to make sure that's a waterproof barrier. Bulldozers over here, as well as the roller compacting down all of the sand. We'll have to see what gets installed here. Probably some more concrete pouring. And again, that off-road dump truck going ahead and bringing over some more sand. We'll watch this view a little bit. I know a lot of people that watch the videos just like seeing some of that raw footage of the heavy machinery working here at the dams. Made sure I caught a lot of that down there at Sanford Dam. Upcoming videos though, I'll either head back out to Sanford or I will be going up to Secord and Smallwood. Or maybe I'll hit all three of those dams in the same day. Sometimes I can hit all four of the dams. It definitely requires me charging the battery for the drone though, as I don't have that many. If you want to go ahead and support the channel, you can check out the links in the description down below. There's links to PayPal. That is the easiest way to donate. They don't take any fees out, as well as coffee, where you can go ahead and contribute for a tank of gas or buy me a drink, as well as Patreon. So the Patreons get a special acknowledgement at the end of this video. If you want to be acknowledged there, you can go ahead, check out my Patreon account. They also get a lot of exclusive footage. When I go ahead and you cut each one of these videos up and you see the jump cuts, that's where I'm taking a lot of pictures. And as soon as I get back from the dams, I go ahead, upload those pictures directly to the Patreon account so you guys can get first access look to see what is happening here at the dams, as well as what I'm working on for my upcoming future videos. So that's a sneak peek of what is to come. And again, you're going to be impressed by the amount of work that is continuing to happen here at all of these dams. Lakes refilling on Secord, Smallwood, and Sanford possibly in this next year. Hopefully in this next year. And then here at Edenville on the Wixom Lake happening the year prior. There's 2 dams here on Wixom Lake, this Edenville Dam, as well as the Tobacco River dams over on the other side of M30. I did not fly over to see the Tobacco River Dam on this day. You could see the visibility was pretty low, and for me to fly over there, I would probably lose sight of my drone. And that is against law, flying as well as going above 400 feet in altitude, so I stay within those limits. Here you'll see in a little while I tried to climb a little bit higher to get that bird's eye view of the dam. Was only probably able to get to about 150 to 200 feet in altitude before we started losing visibility. You can see where a lot of this dirt is being pulled from. This sand being pulled from this area over here, and I'm sure a lot of the residents where this work is happening are probably going to be happy for this. The lake will be a little bit deeper in front of here, and you can see the shoreline. It was relatively shallow right here in front of these houses as well as the trailer park, so that will be a nice improvement. Be interesting to see what happens here when this lake is refilled. I'm guessing we will have some fish habitat construction, just like down there on Sanford Dam. Probably some sponsoring happening going on there to install some riprap as well as other fish structures into the lake bed before this lake is refilled. Again, making these lakes a top tier fishing opportunity will attract more people to come here to this community, spend money, and again, bring back some of what this community has lost. Again, about 150 to 200 feet in altitude, directly over the top of the emergency spillway. We can see the slope of the emergency spillway being worked on and that concrete being conveyed over to where it is needed. Definitely able to easily see that it is a conveyor in that view and not being pumped through tubes. We'll check downriver, pan up that way. You can see low visibility, very foggy out there on this day. But the whole construction site and staging area of where some more riprap as well as crushed limestone being stored. And again, that sand being trucked in from the lake bed on the off-road dump truck being loaded with the excavator. Looks like they have a little bit of crushed limestone laid down in this area. Maybe we'll have some more concrete forming and walls in that area. As I promised though, we're going to come over here directly over the top of where the powerhouse used to be. Take a look down inside of these forms from the vantage point of the crane and see some more rebar there at the top of the screen that is being put into sheets. I'm guessing those will be lifted right inside of this concrete form to form a new wall. And again, this is where the spillways, the new crest gates, will be located here on Edenville Dam, separated by this new wall that is being poured and is completed being poured at the time of me filming this voiceover. The sediment barrier in front of the dam here has worked to prevent a lot of the sediment that used to be behind the dam from flowing downriver. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you go down below, hit that like button, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. And if you have any questions or comments, make sure you could leave those down below as well. Until the next one, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Also, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next videos I will be posting, and leave your questions, comments, and suggestions below. As always, I just want to give a massive thanks to the people who support me on Patreon. Never underestimate the value of your contribution to keeping this channel going. Thank you.